All right, let's talk about paperwork. Everybody out there is talking about paperwork. Who got paperwork on who? They saying people making up fake paperwork. Paperwork begins with the probation sentencing investigation, aka the PSI. So when you hear me say PSI, I'm talking about the paperwork, if you hot or not. Let's get that right. Let's get this thing jumping. All right. All right, you know what it is, man. Unique Mecca Audio. We're going to talk about paperwork because I'm hearing a lot of things going on out there. Everybody talking about they got paperwork on this one, paperwork on that one, who's hot, who's not hot, and everything is all screwed up, man. Gunshots to being all screwed up. Gunshots to being all screwed up. Now, check. Paperwork is this. When you go and you're getting ready to get sentenced, after you found guilty in the feds, they give you 60 days, while they do what they call a probation sentencing investigation. That's where they ask about your criminal history, your past violence, your family issues, your financial issues. And that's why they call it probation sentencing investigation, because they use all that to put it together to decide how much time they're going to give you and how much what they call, like probation, but in the feds, it's called supervised release. Now, everybody's sitting here talking about who's hot, who's not hot. I don't agree with what's going on out here in the streets. So I'm going to tell you how it go on in the prison, because this is where you're going to wind up, youngin', if you keep doing what you're doing. And that's why I say don't get involved in the streets. Don't get involved in none of that, because it's not worth it. Now, people been wanting me to speak on this Troy Ave tax tone, issue. I don't even watch the YouTube, so I don't even really know what's going on. But a few people sent me videos, so I'm letting y'all know now. If y'all got any videos that you want me to speak on, the topics or whatever, send it to my DM at Unique Mecca Audio, and we go from there. Now, again, before I begin, when you with my Cash App, if it don't say my government name that's on my book, Waynesworth Hall, when you put in $ Unique Mecca Hall, it must say Waynesworth Hall. If that don't pop up, don't send a dime. That means that's one of the hackers, because I done hit another fair and they trying to tap into my little crunions. But anyway, let's talk about this PSI thing and paperwork. But now, when you go and get sentenced, they do the investigation report. And I was always in charge of looking through people's paperwork to make sure they're not hot. So they'll bring the paperwork to me because they know that, I done been through all that, and, I also study the law in the law library all the time. So I know how to read the PSI, but like I said, it's a probation sentencing investigation. I know how to read the PSI to tell if somebody's hot. I have to read that in strict confidentiality in the prison. Somebody's assigned to read the PSI, to understand the PSI when you're in prison, that understand the law, but we have to deal with complete confidentiality. I read paperwork to give you a little understanding of what I'm saying about confidentiality. I've read dudes' paperwork, and in the paperwork, I've seen where it said they was molested, by their uncle, you know what I mean? They father or a family member, because all that goes into criminal history, because they use all of that to say that their mind wasn't right. That's why they did what they did, to break the law. And all that helps to play what they call mitigating circumstances to lower your time. You know what I mean? And, where to place you when you go in the system. So now imagine what I feel like when I'm reading somebody's paperwork that's in question, that is carrying himself like a thorough dude. And then it says that he's been molested from he was 7 till he was 13 years old. I can't go and tell nobody, yo, dude was molested. You understand? We don't do that. You know what I mean? Because that's not why I'm reading the paperwork. I'm just reading the paperwork to make sure he's a stand-up man, you know? So now if I read the paperwork, I see that dude was molested, I keep that to myself, and I don't even mention it to him that I see it. That way he don't feel uncomfortable. 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you, yo, you're going to see where I was molested, but whoop, whoop, and they give you a reason or a justification for it. And a lot of that plays with guilt that it even happened to him. And I tell him, yo, homie, I mean, we all been through crap, man. You know what I mean? I was locked in the closet, you know what I mean? And, you know, locked out my grandmother's bedroom that she don't put the refrigerator in. And, you know what I mean? And the hot pot, when she cook downstairs, she bring it upstairs and close the door and go eat, make sure I can't eat. So, you know what I mean? We all been through shit growing up, big bro. So, you know, that ain't about nothing. So once I get them comfortable about that, now I got to look to see if they hot, if they got what they call a 5K1. 5K1 is when you agree to testify and then you go back to court at a later date where they look at the testimony that you gave and how much assistance it gave the government to convict someone. That's a 5K1. You know what I mean? I hate them with a passion. Gunshots to the 5K1 suckers. You know what I mean? That play them little games. Those are dudes that they agree to work with the government to testify against their comrades or any crimes that they know in order for them to get less time. I don't respect them. Right off the rip. You know what I mean? Let's get that right. Got to give him a gunshot. Got to give him, give him another gunshot. You know what I mean? We're not into that. So now, when I look at this YouTube and I see dudes put up paperwork on somebody, like one of my other YouTubers, you know what I mean, that I'm real cool with, I was, you know, I always look at his page because that's family, you know what I mean, person I deal with. So I look at his page and I see he put up there that somebody was hot, and, you know, I'm like, dude, you know, you got the paperwork on dude that's supposed to be hot? And he's like, nah, but dude said, I said, family, but don't do that. You know what I mean? If there's no paperwork, you can't, you don't do that. We don't get involved in that. But he already put it out there, and then, you know, sure enough, it came back that dude wasn't hot, and I respect the homie because he went up there and he let it be known that, you know what I mean, he jumped the gun and he made a mistake, because that's how men do. You don't leave a bad bone on nobody. The worst thing you could do is 2 things in prison. You could call a dude hot, you know what I mean, or you could call him he cipher, monkey cipher when he's not. Because now, if you're in prison, so you understand, if you're in prison and somebody call you hot, you understand what I'm saying? You must, and I'm going to say that again, you must, under prison law, put that knife in them for assassinating your character. You understand? If somebody call you hot in prison, you must put the knife in them. And that's what I don't understand. See, there's consequences to this in the prison. Out here, dudes on YouTube calling dudes hot because there's no consequences. Back in my days, or even on the street, back in my days, a dude call you hot, he's going to put 2 to your head instantly. You don't assassinate a man's character, because everything we're doing is for our legacy. That's why I keep my legacy clean. You understand what I'm saying? We all try to keep our legacy clean, but then you always have a sucker that try and smear it up. And 9 times out of 10, the person that say that someone is hot is the person that's hot themselves. Remember, when they point 1 finger at you, you understand? They got 3 fingers pointed at themselves. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't get into who's hot, and I don't really respond to those, you know, hot conversations that they want to have on YouTube, because I got to have all the facts before I really intervene or voice my opinion, because I don't want to jump out there and say such and such is hot when he's not. But then there's certain things where you call the writing on the wall. You know what I mean? Where, you know, okay, let's just get to the point. This kid, let me use this one. This kid Gunner with the kid, I don't even know his name, got to really follow it. Young Thug, I like that kid out of Atlanta. That man's still sitting in his jail and his right-hand man is out. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, he's still sitting in jail, but his right-hand man is out. That's what you call the writing on the wall. You know what I mean? That's just common sense. You understand? You don't even need paperwork for something like that. Them people is not letting you out of jail and hold on to your comrade, but they sign papers to let you out for the holidays. Come on, my nigga. Let's stop it, you know? Gunshots. That's why I didn't even speak on that one, because certain stuff, the writing is on the wall. For me to say something about that, come on, it's redundant, man. You understand? But now, I'm going to give you a story. I'm in Allenwood, and there's a dude there from Baltimore. Official dude. Everybody get along with him, laid back, gamble, you know what I mean? Watch sports with us, play sports with us, you know what I mean? And, you know, go on a visit, you know what I mean? He get the pack. The pack mean, you know, get the drugs on the visit, you know what I mean? He break bread when he get it. He doing everything right, you know? And then here it is a year later. His co-defendant come on the compound. I got a little cold, so bear with me. I was driving a convertible with the top down this weekend for Easter, you know? But now, his co-defendant coming, his co-defendant bring the paperwork, you know what I mean, saying that he was hot. So now when he shows the paperwork that he was hot, it's mandatory, you know, whether the paperwork is true or not, that he put the knife in him. You understand? So now, his co-defendant bring the paperwork showing that he was hot. So he goes and he bring the paperwork showing that his co-defendant was hot. You know what I mean? So now they both got paperwork on each other saying that they both hot, you know? So bottom line is, you know, the Baltimore call had to tell him, okay, dude called you hot, you already know. If you don't handle it, we're going to handle you. So being that the dude was on the compound a year, his man come there, called him hot, he had to stab him. If he didn't stab him, we was going to stab him, you know, being the institution, the Baltimore call. You know what I mean? So that's how that worked. So now, you know, the dude came, the one that came with the paperwork saying the other dude was hot, they say, well, if you know he's hot, you got to stab him. You understand? So bottom line is now they both got to fight each other with knives. We're not talking about no hands, because when nigga call you hot, you trying to take his life because he's trying to discredit your life, your legacy, you know what I mean, your character, you know what I mean, your morals, your principles, and everything else that go with it. So you got to punish him. So now dude came said he was hot because he wasn't really in the penitentiary, so he didn't understand how this thing go. But he trying to discredit his man to try and fit in. So now the two of them had to go at it knife to knife. So they go at it knife to knife, and one wins. Now, the one that wins, we had to look over his paperwork to see if he was qualified to stay amongst us men. So you youngins, listen to what I'm saying. There's no explanation or justification for harboring, as we call it, a rat. You know what harboring means. We don't harbor rats. You understand? We don't even deal with rats. We don't tolerate rats. But, you know what I mean? The way it is, you know, if a dude, okay, like a dude, okay, let's say they would have left him on the car. Let's say they would have left him on the compound. You understand? You know, they would just exile him from the crew, and nobody else in the jail wouldn't live with him, you know, wouldn't deal with him. You understand? Except other dudes that was hot or suspected hot. So if somebody else hang with him, they're going to call him hot. Even if he's from another car, then he's going to be questioned by his car why he's hanging with this dude that's hot from the next car. And then now they're going to put their knife in their man if they tell him, yo, they said he hot, stay away from him because you're making our car look bad. The whole thing is keeping your car secure. So now Baltimore had a dilemma because dude punished the dude that came there and said he was hot, but now they had to look over his paperwork to see if he was hot or not. So they look over his paperwork, they found out he was hot. So they said, yo, you've been here with us a year, so we're going to give you two choices. One, you could walk and check in, get off the compound because you're no longer welcome here because you're not one of us. But you've been here with us long enough, so we're not going to punish you. We're going to allow you to walk off. Now, if you don't walk off, we're going to airlift you off. Airlift is where we stab you up so goddamn bad that they got to bring a helicopter in to rush you to the nearest hospital, you know, that deals with these emergency, you know, stabbings and things like that. So, you know, that's your choice, you know. So homeboy took the choice to walk off gracefully, and then they wind up sending him to another jail, and he could try and intertwine and, you know, hope that he, you know, get by without anybody questioning whether he's hot or not. 9 times out of 10, when he get to the next jail, he's going to tell them while he was at the other jail, dude came there, tried to call him hot, he had to punish the nigga, da-da-da-da. You understand? And then say that he got transferred. He ain't going to say that he checked in and got transferred. He just going to say that he got transferred, just so you understand what I'm saying. So this is a serious issue that y'all have to understand. There's no consequences to telling on the street. There's no consequence to telling. So everybody up there on YouTube yelling, I tell, I tell, I tell. But I'm telling your ass now, y'all wind up in that goddamn prison, you understand? Then it's a whole new another set of rules. But now, to you hot niggas defense, you know what I mean? To you hot niggas defense, gunshots to you hot niggas. Now, to your defense, there's more of you hot ass niggas going to prison right now, you understand, than stand up men. So y'all kind of got the stand up men outnumbered, but the only thing that save us stand up men is we got the heart to put that knife in your bitch ass when you come in that prison. You understand? So when you go in there, so you understand, this is what's going on now, because I talk to my man Fingers and everybody that's in there and things like that. You know what I mean? Cuff everybody. So this is what's going on in there. These hot niggas come in there, and there's so much of them that they get in a little crew, And when dudes start questioning their hotness, you know what I mean? Then now they want to get together in a little circle because they got a little hot circle. Gunshots to the hot circle. They got a little hot circle that be what they call dropping notes. They get a little piece of paper and they write a note, to the administration. Oh, Unique is checking paperwork and I think he's gonna try and run me up top. And they get like 10 of them to send the same note. So now when they send that note, the administration come and they come grab Unique and put Unique in the shoe. You know what I mean? To try and set an example or to prevent me from doing what they know is going to happen to this hot ass nigga. So y'all understand. You know what I mean? Out here, you know what I mean? If I don't get into this topic out here, I'm not going to get into the YouTube keyboard gangster about all this old crap. I'm just telling you what it is, man. This the law. You don't tell on nobody. You get caught, you do your weight. Like I said, everything I tell you is documented. Gunshots to the fake niggas that want to question it, but feel free to question it. Because everything I tell you, I got transcripts for. This is my brother case. They picked me up in New York. I had Club 2000, another club down in Miami South Beach. I'm, 30 cars. I'm doing me. I got a house in every state, 3-4 cars in the garage. And, that's why you got some clown that tried to say, oh, you're supposed to be a millionaire, but you was driving a 325. Nigga, that's 1 of 30. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I might ride my scooter that only costs $2,000, but that's because I can do that. You know what I mean? Then when I park the scooter, I could jump in a $100,000 Benz. You know what I mean? Let's stop the games, my brother. But that's what this YouTube thing is. They look for little things to criticize to try and make themselves look bigger by trying to put down the men. You know what I mean? And women that's on here. But I haven't been seeing the women eating their back out like the dudes. And it seems like the YouTube dudes don't turn into more bitches than the females. You know what I mean? No disrespect, you know what I mean, to the stand-up YouTubers that keep it 100, But I'm saying, well, y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, we don't do all of that. But now, we get the paperwork and we have to show that the person, is hot in what we call black and white. If you don't see it in black and white, it don't exist. You know what I mean? And if you feel that it's clear enough that you don't need black and white, then you respond to that. You don't go tell somebody else, yo, it don't look right because dude did this. Let's take even that gunner thing again. Let's say you don't go to them and say, yo, it don't look right because this dude, gunner out and what's his name? Oh, man, I can't remember this kid's name. He a thorough dude, too. Young Thug is still in. That's writing on the wall. But if you feel that way, you handle it, nigga. Not tell nobody go do nothing, but I'm telling you, that's how it is in the penitentiary. If you feel that the writing is on the wall and the dude is hot, you handle it until you see the paperwork, and you handle it because you know it despises you that much that you're allowing a hot dude to run in your car, And if a dude hot from, let's say, Georgia and we're in New York, or a dude hot from, Tennessee, Chicago, California, wherever, and, you in a, DC car. We don't worry about who's hot in what car because they have to worry about cleaning their own car because all we have to do is make sure that our joint is official and there is no hot niggas in our car because we don't harbor hot niggas. Do you understand that? So if you niggas think you want to go go to jail and lay down, have a plushy life, you're going to be writing them little kites trying to get the men off the compound. And trust me, when you get that one man off the compound and he sent a kite out to the homies, that you drop the kite on them, the homies is going to punish you. And that's the way that works. So let's get that straight. So, when a dude tell you he's hot, believe him. When a dude show you he's hot, believe him. Because they're going to show you signs along the way, but because of whatever circumstances or, whatever it is, you chose to ignore it. You chose to let it go. So don't act like when it comes out full-fledged, you never knew. When he showed you 100 times since you've been running with him that he hot. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just get that right, man. But like I said, you got to have your paperwork. Right? Wherever you go, you get your PSI. The administration even wind up trying to protect the hot dudes. So you hot niggas know that the administration is trying to protect you, but we don't give a crap about the administration. We don't give a crap about the consequences for putting that knife in you for coming on our compound and being from our neighborhood in our set and you being hot. The administration can't protect you. So the best the administration tried to do is they went and they put out a BOP policy saying that you can't have your PSI on the compound no more. That no one is allowed their PSI, because in the PSI, it'll say that you got a 5K1, you got a government assistance, you know what I mean? You got a safety valve or whatever it is to lower your time. And they tell you that you cooperated, with the government and gave substantial assistance, and that's why they're giving you the amount of time you got. That's in your PSI. So the government trying to protect you hot niggas, gunshot to you rat bastards. You know what I mean? The government trying to protect you rat bastards, got to give them another gunshot. You know what I mean? They made a policy that no inmate is allowed to have his PSI. That's so that they could protect the hot niggas from having to show it. Because the first thing that happens when you get on a compound is they ask you for your PSI. Your car's going to tell you got 30 days to show me your PSI. If you don't have your PSI in 30 days, either you go up top or we going to airlift your ass out of here, because our car is 100% men. Gunshots to the men. That's how we do it. That's prison. That's why I'm telling you youngins, don't go to prison. Listen, man. Let me make this announcement again so y'all understand. If you go to my Cash App, $ Unique Mecca Hall, right, and it don't say Waynesworth Hall, my government name, don't send them no money. You know what I mean? Don't send them no money. My phone number's on the screen if you want to holler, and they go to Cash App right there, it just came up, but it must say Waynesworth Hall in order for it to be official. All right? But now, so you get this PSI, and they got 30 days to get their PSI or they sentencing transcript. Because the sentencing transcript, the judge is going to say something like, the reason why I'm pronouncing this sentence on you is because you gave substantial assistance, you know what I mean, to help incarcerate, John Doe, Kenny Boo, you know what I mean, and, you worked excellent with the government. So once we see that, the knife automatically go in you. You don't get a chance to, whittle around. So if you know that paperwork is coming, your ass need to get off that compound before that 30 days. Because if that paperwork coming, and right now, we got the computers in the law library. We got the computers over there in the law library, right? In the computers, we could go over there and just put in Waynesworth Hall and it'll show you my whole goddamn case, which is immaculate. Gunshots to my shit being immaculate. You know what I mean? And of course, niggas would love to try and, smear it, but you can't smear my shit, man, because I lived every day when I was on the street and in the penitentiary to keep my name immaculate. Because when I die, all I want on my tombstone is one word: honorable. That's all I need on my tombstone, the word honorable. That's it. My name and one word. I don't need he was a good man, he did this, I wasn't shit, but I was honorable. And that's all I care about. You know what I mean? So, that's what it is. But, I can lay down my head at night and sleep comfortably because I know I was honorable to the code of the street that I chose to be a part of. So that's why I'm telling y'all, don't go to the street. Don't come off the porch. Go to school. Go get a job. Be honorable that way. That's the proper way. I screwed my life up, and I'm trying to help you get your life on the right track by letting you know, be an honorable lawyer. Be an honorable doctor. Be an honorable plumber. Be an honorable electrician. You don't have to be an honorable rapper or basketball or football star. Just be honorable in whatever you do and respect your comrades and co-workers. Because like I said, it's crazy how so many people on this YouTube is so quick to call someone hot. Listen, in the prison, if somebody calls somebody hot, like I said, we have to deal with them accordingly and swiftly. Because you can't have a dude repeating to someone else that you're hot. You have to stab his ass right there. You understand? But now, the white dudes, you know what I mean? But they got to have paperwork. We already know that. They got paperwork. But now the white guys, big shout out to the white guys. Big shout out to the white guys. Big shout out to the white guys. The white guys, they deal with it a little crazy. You know what I mean? If they don't like, and like I said, I just keep it 100. If the white guys don't like something, or someone in their car, you understand? There's one thing they put on them. They won't even call them hot. The black dudes, they'll call a dude hot. You know what I mean? Because they know he gonna get punished for that. But one thing the white girls do not play with gunshots. Do not play with is a pedophile. So if they trying to get rid of one of their own, the same way a black dude would say dude hot, knowing that dude gonna be ready to kill him, a white dude called another white dude and say, man, I read in the newspaper the dude was a pedophile. You know what I mean? They don't even need no paperwork. All they need to just hear that and automatically bloodshed everywhere. Teeth everywhere, you know what I mean? Puncture holes, all because a dude didn't like a dude and said that, I read in the newspaper that he was a pedophile. The white boys don't even want they don't even want to check no paperwork. That's how honorable they keep their car. You know what I mean? Because you already know a pedophile not going to live amongst the blacks, so they're not even going to go there. You understand? Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, if it's a pedophile and they black, it's usually a family member, and they keep that shit under the rug in the family. You know what I mean? Amongst when things like that happen, so don't get out. But with the white guys, it'd be so crazy that they winding up in court, and then everybody know it. Now the family look bad, this and that. So there'd be having white dudes. There was one white dude when I was in Allenwood. He was sending me about $1,000 a week. You know what I mean? About $1,000 a week, this dude said to me. Now, he sent me $1,000 a week, and he sent other homies $500, $800, $1,500, $2,000. He sent about $5,000, $6,000 out a week, spending money trying to get high. You know what I mean? And we all tried to accommodate him getting high. He didn't share with all of his friends. So the ones he didn't share with, you already know what they did. They put a bone on him. Man, I read in the newspaper he was a pedophile. Oh my God, he was a pedophile. So now they done went and got the knife and put the knife all up in him. You know what I mean? And ran the money off the pound. That's the only problem I got with the white. White dudes spend more money than anybody in the prison when it come to getting high because they got better family support. You know what I mean? And yeah, get mad. I said it. White boys got better family support. You know what I mean? I'm talking about they nieces and nephews send them money. Now, how many black people, nieces and nephews sending you money? How many of us is even going to ask our niece and nephew for money? But white guys would tell their niece, Susie, I need $200. I got to take care of something. Then Susie would send it. A black dude gonna get on the phone with his niece and nephew and say, how y'all doing? How y'all doing in school? How's the job? And we worry about their well-being. But the white dudes is gonna tell them, send us some money, because they're gonna hit everybody, their family member that even mention the name, that act like they like them, act like they're supporting them. Send me some money so I can pay these black and Mexican guys for their drugs, because I can't deal with my time, so I need to be high. But when they start doing that, whoever they not breaking bread with, they're gonna automatically put a bone on him to the rest of the car. Y'all, he's a pedophile. I seen it in the paper. I'm telling you, he ain't right. He's a rat. You understand what I'm saying? This is what happened. You know? Now, you know, I'm about to tap out. I've been on here long enough. I just wanted to tap in. Like you said, I got a little cold, but I just try and keep the content going. So I wanted y'all to know about paperwork, man. So if you got any questions, you know, my phone number flash up on the screen. My Cash App is Unique Mecca Hall. Make sure it says Waynesworth Hall when you put in Unique Mecca Hall. Make sure it say Waynesworth Hall. That's my government name. That's the only Cash App I got. All that other stuff is bullshit. Niggas try to, you know, come up on you. They go to Cash App, but remember, it must say Waynesworth Hall. All right, now let me tap out. Let me give y'all this outro. But before I do that, let me give y'all a... All right.
Cheers to the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, get it back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. I went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention, what was stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the night. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend it air. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yard. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the rude men.